Hello and welcome. Adita Lang here, and in today's strength class, we're going to focus on posture and we're going to focus on core. With that said, you're going to want to have a mat close by, some light weights, a nice open area, water, take breaks when you need to, and of course, work at a pace that's comfortable to you. But first things first, we have to start. Shall we start? I'd like to see you take a circle with the arm. It's almost as if you're swimming. Bending the knees right at the center, keeping the shoulders back and down. And now bring the arms up and over, big circle. And add a leg. Abdominals are solid. And again, toe tap, reach forward. And come back up. And toe tap, reach forward. This time, take it across the chest, giving it a little bit of a twist. Keeping the shoulders, again, we're pulled back. You have 4, 3, 2, hold yourself here, and roll through the back foot. Reaching the arms up and pulling down. Up and pulling down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold yourself down, lunge forward, chest is up. Slowly turning to the front, toes come up, sitting down into the left leg, pressing the tailbone back as you hinge, and you're extending through that right leg to feel the hamstring. Deep breath. Exhale. And come center, arms go back. Pull them all the way back, chest up tall. And release. Do that again, arms back, chest up, and hold. And back to centers. Circle all the way around. Once again, reach across the chest. You have 3, 2, and 1. Hold yourself to the right. Now roll through the toe. This time the arms go out to the sides, nice and wide. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press forward, deep breath. Exhale. Come to the front, toes come up, sit down with your hips. Hinge from the hips again, and feel the stretch along the left hamstring, deep breath. Exhale. And release, come center, inhale. And exhale, side stretch. Pushing the left hip down as my left arm goes over. The other side, up and over. Right hip down. And center, hands behind the head. Slowly turn to the left, keeping the hips to the front. Pulling the left elbow back. Come center, other side. One more time, center, left side. And center to the right, hips stay forward. And release, arms down, shoulders up, back and around. Are you ready for this? I hope so. Now, first things first. Can we have a little balance? So you can use a chair or a wall, or you can use a focal point. You, my friend, are my focal point. Hands on the hip bones, knee is bent. We're gonna do a hip hike, lifting your right hip up and pressing down. Uh-oh, I didn't focus. Up and down. You wanna feel your pelvis lift up and back down. Using all your toes in your left foot. You have 4 and 3. Now 2 and 1. Okay, the other side, same thing. Find your focal point or hold on, and hip comes up and down. Feel your pelvis lift up. Abdominals are nice and tight. Chest is up, shoulders are back. We have 5 more. This is 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent job. Both arms come forward. Small bend in the knees and squeeze the shoulder blades back in together and let them go. back and together and let them go. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know this is one of my favorite exercises. Why? Let's talk about that, because there's this little muscle in between your shoulder blades, and when it's not strong, guess what happens? Your shoulders roll forward. So I like to make sure that we keep it as strong as possible. So I want you to envision holding a pen with your shoulder blades and then letting it go. 2 more. And 1. Drop those arms. Okay, hands back to the hips. 1 more round. Chest is up tall, abs are in tight. Are you ready? Hip up and down. Taking your time. I want you to feel all your toes of your left foot, all 5, should be gripping into the floor. See, I wasn't focusing. Sometimes I have to just slow down a little bit so I can get my toes into the ground. Double check my posture. Are my shoulders back and down, chest up? There we go. We have 3. This is 2 and 1. Other side. Abs in tight, shoulders back and down, chest up, and lift. Using your breath. Inhale one way, exhale the other. There we go. 5 more. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Move those around. Both arms come out. Chest is up tall, abs are in tight. Now squeeze your shoulder blades back in together and come forward. Squeeze back and come forward. Abdominals are very tight. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent job. Now let's grab our weights. And here's what we're going to do. I want you to bend both knees. I'm going to take it sideways. It'll be easier. Bend both knees. Hinge slightly from the hips. Abs are tight, but you're keeping neutral spine. Now abdominals are solid, taking the arms out to the sides. Inhale and exhale. Up, working the back of your shoulders. So even though my arms are moving, I want you to think of your shoulders. They should remain back and down. Abdominals are all the way in. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent job. Let's put these down to the side. Knees are still bent. Slight. Abs are all the way in. I want you to take a genie pose. Now, think hinge. We're going to hinge forward and up. So notice that my lower back does nothing. It goes along with the ride, so it stays in neutral. So I am moving strictly from my hips. Abdominals are very tight. You have 5 and 4. 3. Keep the abdominals solid, especially as you go down. You squeeze them tighter. 2. 1 more. We'll do that again. And up. There you go. Taking the weights back in hand. Okay, bend the knees. Hinge. Abs are nice and solid. Arms go out. Inhale and exhale. Use your breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Dropping those weights again. Are you ready? Think hinge. Bend the knees. Arms are up. Ready? Hinge forward and come back to standing. Abs are very solid and they get tighter as you go down. And the key here is to keep your lower back at neutral, which means it does not change. The only movement comes literally from your hip joint. You have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Great time to grab some water, and we're going to place our mat on the floor. Flatten that out. Now, keeping our weights close by, but let's start with both legs extended, about hip distance apart. Chest is up very tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, hinge forward from the hip and hold. Deep breath, and exhale. And coming up, give me a figure 4. Deep breath and exhale. Now knee into the chest and turn your body to the left. And release, other side, cross the leg over, big deep breath, and exhale and hinge. Pulling the knee in and turn. And come center. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Bring your feet out wider. Arms are out. Now, we can do this in 2 ways. We could either bend from our shoulders, or we could twist from the center of our spine. This is your goal, the twist. So chest is up tall. I want you to twist. You're going to hinge and reach. Come up and twist again and hinge and reach. Now, lots of things to think about. Shoulders remain back and down. They do not move. So they turn because your entire body turns from the center of your spine. And I have to really think about it because a lot of times I try to use my arms. So I'm really trying very hard to focus, so I use the middle of my spine to turn my body. Abdominals are solid. One more on each side. Excellent. Now, bring yourself over. Knees are bent. Heels are grounded into the floor. Hands at your knee position. When we were standing, we hinged forward. Now we're going to hinge back. Now, when you hinge back, you have to use your abdominals even more. Chest is up tall. Deep breath and exhale. Hinge back and come forward. Remember, the movement only comes from the hip. The lower back remains at neutral the entire time. Inhale one way, exhale the other. So when I hinge back, I'm pulling my abdominals in a little extra. They help me keep my neutral spine. I have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing yourself around. We have one more round. Feet are apart. Remember what we did. We're rotating from the very center. So rotate, hinge, and reach. Rotate, hinge, and reach. Chest is tall. Now here's the thing about this exercise. Your form and technique dictates everything. So it's not like you're trying to reach and touch your toes. That's not the goal. The goal is to turn from the middle of the spine, hinge and reach. Wherever you reach, that's where you go. Abdominals are solid. And every once in a while, I want you to take that thought and really think, am I turning from the center of my spine or am I turning from my shoulders? Go for the spine. That's where you want to turn from. One more on each side. And come center. Taking yourself around. Here we go. Chest is up tall, shoulders are back and down, abs are solid, and now they get tighter as we hinge back. Abdominals all the way in. And remember that neutral spine. We're keeping that because we're only moving from our hip joint. Abdominals are tight, 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 tight. You've got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Taking the feet into a butterfly and stretching. Deep breath. Exhale. And now bring yourself over to your back, pulling both knees into the chest. Hold yourself here. And cross one foot on the knee, giving me a figure 4. And the other side. I'm bringing both feet down. Abs again, nice and solid, hands behind the head, starting out with just a basic crunch. So I want you to take the weight of your head in your hands, think of the rib cage, and squeeze the rib cage in order to lift the upper body off the ground. The arms and the head are just going along for the ride, and you feel the weight of your head in your hands. And that's usually about 8 to 10 pounds, to be honest. Use your breathing, inhale and exhale. 3 more. 2 and 1. Release. One knee in and hold. Now, the leg is at 90. The abs are nice and tight, both shoulders are pressed down. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to draw a circle with the knee, moving out to the side. Now, as you're doing this, your hips should not move. Everything stays. So the only thing, it's a lot about moving just from your hip today, isn't it? You're only moving from your hip joint. And I want you to think about your other hip, your right hip. Is your right hip into the ground the same amount of pressure as the left hip? Because they should both be equal. So you're going to squeeze your abdominals in tighter as the leg moves in order to keep the hips and the pelvis centered. One more. And place that foot to the floor. The other side. 90-degree bend and rotate outward. There's a lot of focusing going on here. I'm making sure that both hips are into the floor the same amount. I'm squeezing my abdominals tight as my knee goes out to the side, and I'm keeping both shoulders into the floor at the same time. Inhale one way, exhale the other. 3 more. That's 1, 2, and 3. Knees to the chest. Okay, we have one more round. This time we're going backwards. So, chest is up, 90 degrees. What did we do? We went out to go out. So this time we're gonna go in and around and down. In and around and down. So we're going in the opposite direction that we did the other time. Abdominals solid. Remember, the hips stay parallel to the ground. The shoulders are both into the ground. One more. And come down. The other side, same thing. Leg goes up. And we're going to move in and around. In and around. Keeping the pelvis parallel to the floor. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Both knees to the chest. And slowly come back up. So this time we're going to use the weights. Keep your weights close by. Taking yourself down. Hands should be directly underneath the shoulders. And what I want you to do is back up your knees and bring your body weight over your hands. It should feel like a tricep push-up. So my spine stays in neutral, my tailbone is down. Now I feel like all my weight's in my hands, so what am I gonna do? Squeeze my shoulder blades and release. Just like we did when we were standing, but this time we have a little bit of weight from our body weight. Squeeze the shoulders, release. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Now come into all fours, taking one weight, balancing your weight on all 3 points. Elbow comes in and reach out. Forward and back. Looking straight down to the ground, pulling in the abdominals tight. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center, other side. Elbow in and reach out and in. Use the breath. Inhale and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that weight down, bringing your hands back underneath the shoulders, backing up the knees, feeling like you have all your weight in your hands. Abdominals are tight, neutral spine, and squeeze the shoulders together and apart. So if you notice, my elbows don't bend. All the movement comes from my shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center, take your weight, balance your weight, abdominals are nice and tight, and reach forward and back. Forward and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, elbow in, reach out and in. Keeping the weight balanced. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Setting that weight down. Oh, the sweat's coming down. Working out hard, that's a good thing. Take those feet in one more time, big deep breath, and exhale. Now cross the legs, take both arms out, open them to the sides, and pull back as you hinge slightly forward to feel the stretch in your shoulders and chest, and release, deep breath, and exhale. And release, coming back to the floor. Taking yourself down. Arms out to the sides, feet go up with the knees bent, and I want you to squeeze the abdominals as you allow the legs to move to one side. But here's the key. The opposite shoulder needs to stay down against the floor the whole time. When you can't hold it anymore, that's as far as you can go. And then you lift up and you go the other side. Now, as you're moving the legs, you squeeze the abdominals very tight and you give them an extra squeeze as you lift the legs back up. Shoulders against the floor. Use your breathing. One more to each side. And come center, pull the knees into the chest. Taking one foot on the floor, one leg up, and press that down and hold. Taking the leg slightly to the side and pull the leg towards you. And release, other leg comes up, pressing that leg towards you. Now think tailbone, pushing your tailbone deep into the floor. Now take the leg to the side and pull the leg towards you. And release, both legs back up, one more round. Abs nice and tight, taking the legs over, keeping the shoulders against the floor the entire time. And squeezing tight as those legs move. Now remember, the shoulders have to stay connected to the ground. I know we all think that we're going to get more of a workout if we allow our feet to fall to the floor, but that's not really the case. I want you to focus on the abdomen, and the only way you're going to do that is by keeping the shoulders against the floor the entire time. One more to each side. And come center. Pull those knees in. And slowly take yourself to the side again. Bringing those legs forward, separating just a little bit. Chest up tall, deep breath. And exhale and hinge forward. And come center. And here's what I want you to do. Take both hands behind the head. We're going to turn the upper body so both hips have to stay into the ground and towards you. Upper body turns to the side, and now I reach my arms as far as I can. Come center and back to the center. Trying to keep both feet parallel to each other. Turn and now reach. Come center. One more time. Turn. Reach the arms out. Bring them in to the front. Other side. Turn. Reach out. In and back to center. Crossing the legs here, give me a side stretch. So I'm pushing my left hip into the floor as my left arm comes up and over. And center, other side. Up and over, right hip goes into the ground as the right arm comes over. And center, arm across the chest and pull in. Pushing the shoulder down and back. And the other side. Now take that left arm up, reach behind your back and press the elbow back, stretching your tricep out. And hold. And now release. Other arm goes back and reach the arm back and hold. And come center, shoulders come up, back, and around. Big circle, exaggerate the circle. One more. And extend your left leg out, cross the right over for another figure four, and stretch forward and hold. Again, hinging from the hips. Now knee into the chest and turn. And come center, you're going to rest your left arm on the ankle, and arm comes up and back. Chest is up tall, you're hinging slightly, and hold. Come center, other side. Cross the leg over, deep breath, exhale. Pulling your knee up and turn. And come center, resting the arm here, taking your arm up and back with a slight hinge. And release. Hands back behind the head. Slowly bring the chin down to the chest, sitting up as straight as you can, feeling the stretch behind the neck. Inhale and exhale. bring your head up, taking your ear over to the shoulder, pressing that opposite shoulder down. And the other side. Hold. And come center. Take your chin, look all the way to the left, shoulders are down and back. And all the way to the right. One more time, all the way left. And all the way right. And come back to center. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Well, you know the drill. Go out there, drink plenty of water throughout the day. Make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables as your multivitamin, and keep the body moving as much as possible. Until next time, bye for now.